Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into the emotional storm and complicated love that unfolds in the special episode Part 6 of ABO Desire the series. This time, the focus shifts to Gao Tu and Shen Wenlang, two characters whose paths were never meant to cross peacefully, yet destiny continues to tie them together with invisible threads of pain, longing, and redemption. This special episode doesn't simply continue their story, it completely transforms it, showing how trauma and affection collide in ways that neither of them expected. Let's go through everything, piece by piece, like you're watching it unfold right before your eyes. The episode opens with Shen Wenlang lying in the isolation room, battered, half-broken, and barely breathing after another brutal beating from his father, Shen Yu. 10 days of recovery turned into a prison sentence. The room is cold, reinforced, and sterile, built for containment, not healing. Every item inside, the tables, chairs, and even the bed, screams control. And then, there's that bed frame. Hardened metal, with wear marks that speak of countless restraints. It's a symbol of what Shen Wenlang's life has always been, bound by family, chained by legacy, and punished for being his father's son. As the story continues, we see Shen Wenlang trying to break free, throwing himself against the unyielding door, still weak but full of defiance. His desperation fills the room with raw energy. This isn't just rebellion, it's a man fighting for his right to exist on his own terms. But his father, Shen Yu, storms in, colder than ice, commanding his guards to restrain him again. The power imbalance between them feels suffocating. Shen Yu speaks like a god, untouchable and cruel, while Wenlang burns with rage, yelling that his father has no right to control him. For the first time, we hear Wenlang's true pain. He's not angry because of punishment, he's angry because he's never been loved. This confrontation sets the emotional tone for the episode. We learn that Shen Wenlang's relationship with his two fathers, Shen Yu, the Alpha, and Ying, the Omega, is layered with scars. Shen Yu represents dominance and violence, Ying represents weakness and tragedy. Yet, both shaped Wenlang into the conflicted man he is. The series takes a sharp emotional turn here. It's no longer about control but about the echo of love that was never properly given. Then, a moment of silence. The lights dim, and the camera pans to the ceiling of the isolation room. A glass skylight glimmers faintly, a strange design choice in such a cruel space. There's a button beside the bed, and when pressed, the opaque glass clears to reveal the stars. A small, almost forgotten piece of beauty in a place meant for pain. For a few seconds, we see Shen Wenlang lying there, gazing up, and we realize he's longing for something he doesn't even understand: freedom, affection, maybe redemption. And then, something incredible happens. A faint sound, a click, and a rope drops through the broken skylight. Someone is coming for him. The moment feels surreal. In the half-light, a tall figure appears, descending quietly into the room. Shen Wenlang freezes, eyes wide. Could it be? His voice trembles as he whispers, "Dad." And standing before him is Ying, the Omega father he thought had died more than 10 years ago. It's a breathtaking moment. The audience feels Shen Wenlang's disbelief, his shock, his fragile hope breaking through years of bitterness. The man who had been his only source of warmth in childhood stands alive before him. Ying looks paler, older, but still graceful, a ghost made flesh. "Little wolf cub," he says softly, using Wenlang's childhood nickname. That single phrase undoes all of Wenlang's walls. He bursts into tears, the tears he never shed at the funeral, the grief he buried under anger. It's an emotional collapse, and the scene captures it with haunting tenderness. Through Wenlang's tearful eyes, we see the truth, his hatred of Omegas, his contempt for weakness. It all came from losing his father, from hating the pain of abandonment. Now, faced with Ying, that anger transforms into aching love. He realizes he never stopped missing him. The series handles this reunion beautifully. There are no grand gestures, just quiet recognition, and the ache of time lost. As they plan their escape, Yingyi helps free his son from the shackles using a small laser cutter. Their movements are clumsy yet full of care. Wenlang, still injured, tries to stand, but pain shoots through his ribs. He tells Yingyi what Shen Yu did, breaking bones, locking him away like a criminal. Yingyi's face darkens, torn between sorrow and fury. "That's your father," he mutters, but Wenlang snaps back, "He's not my father." This argument, half love, half rebellion, shows how deeply rooted Shen Wenlang's trauma is. And just as they are about to escape, the lights blaze on. The door opens. Shen Yu enters, flanked by guards. The tension skyrockets, but instead of rage, Shen Yu freezes when he sees Yingyi. For a man known for his icy control, the emotion on his face is staggering. He looks shattered, pain, shock, and longing all mixed into one expression. For the first time, the indestructible alpha looks human. What happens next turns the story upside down. Yingyi, fragile yet furious, walks straight up to Shen Yu and punches him. The blow is hard, clean, and years in the making. The audience can almost feel the satisfaction as the powerful alpha staggers back, clutching his jaw. It's the first time anyone's seen Shen Yu humbled. But instead of fighting back, he stands there, eyes red, voice trembling, and calls him Brother Yi. It's a quiet, devastating moment that hints at all the love and tragedy buried between them. When Yingyi shouts, demanding how Shen Yu could treat their son this way, the scene reaches its emotional peak. Shen Yu's voice breaks as he answers, "I never promised you." It's cold, cruel, yet full of pain, a confession that he never forgave Yingyi for dying and leaving him behind. The camera lingers on their faces, one filled with regret, the other with rage, as Shen Wenlang stands between them, confused, realizing that his parents' relationship was far more complicated than he ever understood. The final act of the episode slows down the pace. Shen Yu, once a towering tyrant, lowers his head in front of Yingyi, silently taking the scolding. The mighty alpha reduced to silence under the eyes of the one person who once loved him the most. It's almost surreal, and Shen Wenlang, watching from the side, looks stunned. He has never seen his father so vulnerable. The man who broke his ribs now stands like a scolded schoolboy. And then, in one of the most powerful lines of the episode, Shen Yu says quietly, "If you're angry, then hit me." It's not arrogance, it's surrender. The scene ends with a mix of comedy and pain. Wenlang, overwhelmed by the chaos, excuses himself awkwardly, leaving his reunited parents behind, muttering that maybe he'll get a younger sibling soon. It's the perfect blend of emotional release and irony, showing that even after all the darkness, life continues. As the credits roll, Gao Tu briefly appears, silent, watching from afar. His eyes follow Shen Wenlang as he walks out into the night. There's no dialogue, just the faint look of longing that tells us their story isn't over. Gao Tu represents the future that Wenlang might finally deserve, one not built on pain, but healing. This special episode doesn't just reveal family secrets, it exposes the roots of Shen Wenlang's brokenness and begins his journey towards something softer, something like love. It's raw, beautiful, and painfully human, the kind of storytelling that stays with you long after the screen fades to black.